Hey guys, Motorcarnut here, and today we're going to be replacing a heater core hose on 2009 to 2014. And I wanted to give you the part numbers. These are Motorcraft. The outlet one, which I was showing, that long one, is KH573, and the inlet one is KH570. Ford F150 with the 5.0 Coyote engine in there. All right, the heater hoses are right here. Now, there's a couple of symptoms that you could, besides them leaking, is when you go inside the truck, all right, and you start it up in the morning, and when you're driving, let's say like about 20 or 30 minutes, the engine's really hot, you turn on the heat or the AC, and you smell like coolant, you know, that could be, it could be the heater core inside the car, but that's rare that they go unless you don't maintain your coolant system. But if you smell a little bit of coolant, that's because coming through the vents, that's because in the cowl where it hooks up to the heater core, all the smoke, and as the car is running, you know, it's going to suck it in and you're going to smell a little bit through the vents. So don't get nervous. That's how I picked it up. I smelled a little bit of coolant, figuring, okay, what's going on with that? So what I did is came over here, and there's two of them. The inlet one is right here, the bigger one, the longer one. And the outlet one is right here. All right, so I replaced one of them a couple of years ago. I thought I replaced the other one, but I didn't. But anyway, you look for leaks. Obvious leaks will be over here, but mine is leaking in the back. Let me show you. All right, let me see if I can zoom this in for you. All right, right there. Hopefully you can see where the mirror is. You see that little wetness? You see it's a little wet on that one, and this one is not. You can probably see it right in the middle. You see a little shining. Now, a couple of reasons where this can leak. There's O-rings in these fittings. All right, the O-rings, or this one looks like it's leaking. I'll show you a close-up view on the other side. It looks like it's leaking from this collar. All right, there's O-rings in here, and for some reason, this collar is leaking. All right, it's the old one. I guess this is where they clamped it, put the hose to the connector. There's a clamp here. Unlike, let me zoom it out a little bit. Unlike, a regular screw clamp or whatever, they put some kind of a molded attachment over here, and that's what's leaking. So to get that hose off is a big pain in the neck because there's not that much room. But I'm going to show you, let me see if I can show you on this one. Okay, you see over here? Now on the bottom there, you're going to push that side in, and on the other side it has another side. So you have to grab, you see them? You have to grab both of them. Not this part, the bottom part. When I take it out, I'm going to show you. But you can imagine there, you got to lay across the engine, and it's very tight fit. So I'll show you what I use to get it out. So I'm going to use this 90-degree needle nose. All right, because that's what I have. And you're going to go up inside there, and going back of the, I'll take it off, but in the back of this right here. Let me zoom it in a little. Okay, because this is the same connector. You see over here? This part of the connector. Not here. And not the black part. This part, the little part that sticks out. You're going to get this in there like this. Come on. All right, but it's going to be on the other side. Basically, it's going to be up in there. I'll show you. I'm going to take it out. But I'm going to put these in there like this. Just in back, squeeze both of them down a little bit, and then while I'm squeezing, push the hose off. Like I said, it's a big pain in the neck to get it, but you do it yourself, you're going to save money. They're going to charge a couple of $100 to do this, so just watch me and get it done the right way, fast and cheap. Okay, now, this is the one that's leaking. Now you see the white tab in the back? You're going to put the white tab on the back, and directly below it is going to be another white tab, which you can't see. And that's where you get these, and they're like this. All right? Put this one on the top and try to get it on the bottom. Try to use your hand on the other side to guide it. Then you squeeze it a little bit and pull out the hose. I'm gonna do that now, and we'll continue. Okay, so I got it off, and you see this tab in the back. This one, and this one on this side. Now, if you're not replacing this, and you're just gonna replace the O-rings, I'll show you how to do that, then you don't have to take this off. People think you have to take this off. You don't. You just see there's one here and one there on the bottom side. When you put the hose back on, you just line it up and it'll snap back on. Let me show you. You can see over here, you just line it up, that tab up to this when you put it in. If the tab is this way, you move it this way, that white tab, and then you just push it back in and it locks in. You don't have to take it out to put it back on here. I'm getting a new hose because mine is leaking on this thing right here. You know, maybe I can, on this plastic thing. This was clean. It was leaking over here somewhere. If yours is leaking there, which it's rare, the O-rings inside. Okay, these two O-rings, they go bad and leak. And that's usually the culprit. So I just used a little pick, and you just pick them out. There's going to be two of them. One, and then you just use the pick again, right here, and you go underneath there, and you pull it out. And now, either you buy the O-rings ahead of time, or you're going to have to match them up. If you can, on Amazon, you can get like an O-ring kit, maybe $15. You know, something like this, where you try to match up, you know, the O-ring, pretty much the closest one, and you use that. Or it's better off if you can find these, the ones that are for your vehicle and that hose by themselves, then you know they're exactly the same thickness and size and diameter. I just have many of them, so this is how I do it. And I don't believe this is supposed to be green. This is usually for AC, but this is back in 2011, who knows? And maybe it was changed, but not by me. That's my vehicle, but this is not by me. Anyway, you get the idea. And you put both back in, okay? Put a little bit of grease on them. And then, like I said, the collar that's in there, the white collar, you just line it up, the tab with this, and you just push it all the way in until it clicks, and you give it a tug, make sure it's locked, and that's it. You don't have to take that tab. I'm gonna take it off. Because it's a pain in the neck. It's all the way up in there, and it's going to end up breaking. So people just take it off to put it back here, to click it back in. Doesn't make any sense. Only if you're replacing the O-rings. All right? And the other side is the same thing. On this one, I'm going to grab it and show you what I did on the firewall. And took it right like this and put it on there and squeezed it. This tab right here, see that? You squeeze on both sides and pull the hose right out. All right? And that's basically what I did in the back. Okay, and now, where are we? Right here. Oh. To get this collar off, you just use a pick and you put it in over here. And you pry this up like that, and you do the thing on the same thing on the other side, and it slides off. If you're going to reuse it, like I said, you just line it up with the hose, and it slides right back on and locks. You don't have to take it off, especially if it's not broken. If it's broken, that's another thing. If you're replacing the whole hose, the hose is going to come with a new one, then you take it off. Okay, so after that, clean off. Because this pipe is steel, you clean it with some steel wool all the way around. Make sure it's nice and smooth so it makes a good seal. And the same thing with the one right there, up in there. All right. And if you're doing the other hose, the outlet hose, it's the same thing, same connectors. On the bench, this is the hose. And just to recap, if you guys don't understand, a lot of times you want me to explain it double, so I will. This is what you're trying to squeeze in, these tabs to release it. All right. And on the back one, the firewall is the hardest one. You're grabbing it like this and just trying to squeeze it, and then you can pull it out. That's this one. That goes to the firewall like this. This goes to the firewall, and there's hardly any room in there. It's really, really tough. Like I said, this one is leaking. It's weird. It's leaking from this thing. I don't have the new one yet. I just ordered it. But what you're going to do when you get the new one, if you're going to replace yours, it's going to come with a brand new O-rings, obviously, and the clip. All you do is just push it in until it clicks. Go to the firewall, push it in until it clicks. Put a little bit of grease on the O-rings, very, very little, on both sides. And that's it. It's fast to install it. To take it out, like I said, is the hardest part. Okay, and a side note, I didn't drain the coolant. A little bit came out, so you shouldn't have a problem because it's pretty high up. Okay, and there's two, all depends where it can leak. It can leak in 4 spots, actually a lot of spots. It can leak on the O-rings, or it can leak on the seal that mine was leaking on, that clamp, plastic clamp. It can leak over here. It can leak on the other side. Just make sure you clean them up. You see, this is made out of metal, so you make sure you clean it up. A little sandpaper and make it nice and smooth. And the other one inside where the heater core is, under there is aluminum. You just clean it up. All right. And it's easy to install the other ones. All you do is just push them on. You just click them on and clip them on and just make sure they're tight. Put a little bit of grease, like I said, and start the engine up. Get an operating temperature. Make sure you got no leaks. Check your work. And when the car cools down, you fill up your coolant if it was a little low, and you're good to go. And that's basically it. And the telltale signs, a lot of times you smell coolant inside the car, you're already assuming it's a heater core. If you know what a heater core is, it's a big pain in the neck because you got to take the whole dash out to replace. It's like a little radiator, but it's inside the dash. It heats up like a radiator, air blows through it, and that's how you get heat. And a lot of people freak out thinking that, oh my God, that's going to cost thousands of dollars, which it probably would. But on the F-150s, they're pretty good. It's usually, like I said, anything that leaks in the cabin and in the engine compartment, it's going to burn off, and little by little, it's going to work its way into the cabin, and you'll smell it, like I said in the beginning of the video. All right, guys, Motorcarnut, please subscribe, hit that like button. Any questions pertaining to the video, leave them below. I answer all my questions. I appreciate all the comments and feedbacks, and I see you guys in the next one. Thank you.